It's recording, so all you have to do is point. You just let me know if it stops, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna need some lighting.
Oh, yeah?
We have this little tiny light next to the corner.
Oh, that's good.
Alright. Okay, I guess I should switch that up. Alright, so there are these. Can we turn this off, I guess? Alright, so this is Earth. These are your tribes. This is your world. Alright? So I'm gonna talk to you like maybe somebody outside is looking at you guys. Right? You got all this stuff going on, like, you say this is this tribe you work for, and you're trying so hard, and you're like, well, this land is holy, you know, like, God came down and gave this to us. And, you know, maybe God did come down. God did come down, you know, and He did come down, and He did give these things to you. But you took it as, you know, this is very holy. These people don't believe, you know, they didn't have the same experience. Their God came down over here and gave them an experience. And it wasn't the same. It was more blue. It's not as red. So we'll just say that. You know, I can't really say much. It's more blue. It's not as red. So, you know, God's over here giving all these red experiences. And, this tribe's like, you know, like, it comes down to, like, it's more than just you guys. And you're gonna start spreading out. And your fear from what stopped you from seeing this as also a miracle, or as some kind of, you know, as their way of being able to see this. Because even your neighbor can't explain this the way that you would explain it, but you needed this as an explanation to understand. But you took that so arrogantly and were fearful, so fearful that you were gonna lose it. That was the gift, not this land. That wasn't your gift. This was the gift. You were also blessed with such land, and to be so arrogant as to think there are not more beautiful worlds that could be populated by people. And why let other people control you? At this point, it's fighting yourself. What the fuck? So what? Their experience was blue. What happens when you have to see blue? What happens when all of the red people have to see blue? You know, like, this is how they saw God. Well, that's not God to us. That's evil. Well, that's how they came from light. That's how they came out of darkness. So understand that, you know, you've been on these sides of the earth. You've been so blue. You've been so blue for so many years. And your technology just gets so much greater. And you really can't help it, but you are now purple because you have kids. And you have decided your technology will be greater than you. And you can't understand your technology, you're bad. Deal with it. Your kids will want to. And if you keep segregating, they're going to kick you out. And you're either going to implode and kill yourselves, or you're going to be controlled and you're going to be eaten and used as food, or you're just going to be useless and we'll get rid of you. And what's the point? We'll start over. But it's all up to you guys. And you can stop fighting and stop seeing each other's their miracles, they don't exist or whatever, my miracles are better. You know, well, it's your miracle. And even if we both saw Jesus at the same time, or if we both saw God at the same time, let alone a fucking angel, we would have a different experience. Let alone if we both see a car accident at the same time. Jesus fucking Christ, you couldn't say the same thing that I saw. And if either of those held up in court, what makes you think that your knowledge or your sight of God, you know what makes it? The fact that you know that. That's it. That's I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Sorry. I don't know. I'm just talking. Like, I'm just people, I guess. Like, people need to just know that they can, that their experience is theirs alone, and you don't need anybody to reaffirm that God was there, or if it was God, or if it was Christ. Jesus' name was Joshua ben Hur. Christ was a state of consciousness that he obtained because he was so given all of these things. He was born with that ability. He was born with this. Yes, he was born with all of these great things. And whether you want to call it God's son or alien abduction or Dalai Lama, whatever, this person had all this great knowledge and all this great information, and to misuse it for anything other than your personal experience is unjust. And if somebody's saying, how do I relate, or how do I go about my personal experiences, or how do I get these emotions, like where do I go with it? Well, just chillax. Like, there's so many outlets. If you don't think Christianity is the way, then there's Buddhism. And if there's not Buddhism, try something that doesn't involve hate is really it. Like, Hinduism, there's so many great practices, and nobody's been proven right. Only thing that's proven right is how you feel in the end, and as long as it produces love and in some way benefits the society around you, just think about, you have to come back here after you die. Just think about it like that. Whether or not you believe in that, you have to come back here. So if you think like that, then life will end up better for other people. For you, well, shit, I'd totally love to come back here. Thank you. I totally worked my ass off so that I could just, you know, sit around on a couch and not give a fuck, because the other side of the world was not starving and hungry. And I did not have guilt for sitting there and eating a bag of potato chips that were filled with whatever products I wanted it to be filled. I don't know. Are you still...
Yeah.